Hello everyone and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.20 Let's Play. Last time we set up this level of the sheep farms, as well as the riverfront build here to hide the redstone of it all. We also went to the nether and got netherite. That was fun, right? All those near-death experiences. Good times. Anyways, today I want to do something that is also animal related. As we're expanding into the swamp, away from the coastal stuff and more, well, swampy stuff, I want to build a frog enclosure, or sanctuary or something. I don't know. I'm thinking to contrast the dark swampy green, I'll use lots of dorite, which could go either way, being amazing or terrible. There's no in between, so. But the problem is that I don't have a lot, and it's hard to find while strip mining, so I'm going over to a massive cave that I've used in the past for some iron, and maybe we can find enough in here. But I've already broken into a massive water cave. Actually, wait, I guess that's just this big puddle. That makes sense. I should have known that. It's fine. Okay, that seems to be a good amount for now, so let's go back home. Dorite is a bright white color, but just so that this isn't too intense, I'll gather up some mushrooms. For just their stems. I know I was just in the dark oak forest where there's plenty of mushrooms, but I didn't want to ruin the biome since it is kind of close to our area. Just under 2 stacks should hopefully be enough. Now, while I'm here, I might as well gather about 10 stacks of spruce. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Okay, and now I can turn some of these logs into some stairs and such. Now let's head to the swamp village, and into the mossy mushroom, where I can farm some moss. Over 4 stacks collected, and some of it is for mossy cobble. So let's raid the stones chest and make some of that. Another thing I want to use is actually melon blocks. I've been using a blue and green gradient in a lot of builds, and I think that they actually would work well with that. Especially in a swamped theme build with all of those greens, this one just stands out against all of them. Unfortunately though, that means that we can't do as much trading with our farmers, but I'm going to trade pumpkins because I need to buy some lanterns and buy some glass from the library. Over at the berry farm, we can also do some trading since I've got a lot of stuff left to buy, including some terracotta, quartz, and even more glass to dye green and cyan as well. Lastly, back at the wool farm, I need a stack of cyan wool, which we should have right here. Now I think we're finally ready-ish to build a lovely frog sanctuary, and I want it to be across this pond from the village, so let's get building. And we're back. As you saw, it rained for a lot of that time lapse, which is a shame. But the build is finished. It's very swampy colored, and frog themed, as you can see by the giant frog head. I've added a couple of different things to this that work with the terrain. We've got this tunnel type thing that overhangs this canal, which does a loop around and connects to the pond that's actually inside the building. But on the back, the water tunnel continues, so I added a frog head fountain. At least no one will have any doubts what this building is actually for. However, I built all of this for my frogs, and well, I don't have any. There used to be tons hopping around the area, but they've all since disappeared. So I need to gather the slime that I've got, and my leads, and search a bit further out to see if there's anybody left. Otherwise, we'll have to go to the mangrove swamp, and I don't really want to make that journey. Ah, pillagers. No thank you. It surprised me, I was just looking for frogs. Okay, after doing a couple of laps of the swamp, it seems that the frogs have gone extinct in the area, which means that I will have to go and find that mangrove swamp again. I think it was in this direction a little ways. Yes, I was right, okay. I never doubted it, except for when I did. Now, to find some frogs. Yay, a frog! Hello. Do you happen to have a friend around here? Yes, okay, so many frog friends. Okay, down to the water now. And a slime for you. Wait, what the heck? What was that? Why are you running? Okay, here you guys go. Maybe. Maybe. Keep it moving, buddy. Did it work? Okay, it did. It was questionable, but now we wait. And I kind of wish that I brought more buckets for this. Finally, tadpoles. Oh, but they're so hard to catch. Yes, haha. I've only got the buckets for 2 though, so let's go home. Now that we're back, I need to start bringing the frog population up in this area, I'll start by setting up a little glass enclosure here, kind of out of the way for now, because while I'm waiting for them to grow up, I'm going to work on the interior and make it fit for frogs. Starting with some black stone from our nether endeavor last episode, I'll polish some, and frame out the floor. Inside this line that I've made, I'll fill it with mud that I 100% definitely sustainably harvest, not from the mangrove that we were just at. Next, let's work on the entrance. For that, I'll chisel some stone, and start a stone brick staircase descending into the water, or to the water, where I'll put a dock a bit later. These stairs, though, are very fancy looking. This is starting to become a frog manor more than anything. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll keep going. Oh, and my tadpoles grew up. Let's breed them real quick. In the meantime, let's work on getting a proper ceiling in to cover up all that, which I am definitely not decorating right now. I will, however, still make a way to get to that second level, so using some spruce fences and stairs, I'll build a spiral staircase in this corner. And stone bricks are easy to get, so I'll use these for the floor. For the middle here, though, I'm thinking I'll get azalea leaves. These will be a bright color in the swamp, and they're sort of see-through so that you can see the next floor, but not enough to see how unfinished it is. Now that it's getting dark, I can see how much this place really needs lighting. There. Our frog population is going to outgrow that enclosure soon, so we need to get this place ready to contain a bunch of frogs. I originally was going to have the greenhouse type area sectioned off, but I don't want to do that anymore, which means this open space is going to be a problem. The best solution I can think of at the moment is using tinted glass, so from the outside at least, it looks like a dark tone. But unfortunately, I need some more amethyst. I've got my trusty geode in this here cave though, so we're all set. And that's what we call good enough. We've got the frogs enclosed, but we need a place for them to live that has water and some plants and stuff. I'm going to head to the copper aging room and bring all of the copper that's at the last two stages. I want to use these blocks to create a few smaller pools for them, digging down to have a 2-block deep hole. I'll replace the floor and walls with the cut copper. And in between, to break the copper up and tie it to the main floor, I'll bring in some mud. You might ask why I would use their natural habitat of mud for the border and copper for the actual pools, and I don't really know, other than it looks cool. They don't seem to be too mad about it though, so it's fine. Okay, all the pools are in, some more oxidized than others, but we can now fill them with water. And finally, let the frogs loose. Just to experiment, I'm going to breed these guys and see where the frog spawn ends up. Oh, well, still down there. I was kind of hoping they would move to the new things I built for them, but that's fine. Well, anyways, let's get some plant life in the pools. I'll grab some drip leaf, as well as lily pads, and some honey and bamboo. I got the last two things to make some cattails that I can put around. Oh, and I need to collect the tadpoles before they grow up so that I can actually kidnap them. But back to the plants. The frogs need some lily pads in their ponds for them to jump on, and I'll bone meal it to get some seagrass. But now for another experiment with the tadpoles. Obviously, I need to get all of the variants of frog for this to be complete. To do that, the tadpoles need to grow up in a cold biome and a warm biome. I'm hoping that a spruce forest counts as cold enough, and I'm pretty sure a savanna is warm enough. I say those two specifically because our janky mountain generation might actually come in handy. Up here by my house, if we go over here, there's both of these biomes next to each other. This cave actually would be a good place to put them, and I wonder if it goes to the spruce. It does, excellent, okay. I'll put one in the savanna, and one in the spruce forest. While we wait to see if this is successful, let's do a bit of decorating to make this not so much of a cave, although it might actually fit them to be kind of cave-like. I guess I don't know a lot about frogs. Either way, let's change the walls to some stone brick. And maybe add some mud. I know frogs like mud, at least we have that. Oh my gosh, a worm frog! We did it! Yay, okay, that means the other one should be growing up soon. Yes! Oh, well... Okay, well that didn't work. I guess I do need to find somewhere colder. Still though, I should breed these two on the actual warm side. Here you are. Now I'm going to fly out into the ocean and see if it's a cold ocean. Oh, and right here is actually a cold ocean. Right by the lighthouse. That's convenient, but also not, because I was hoping it would be far enough away that I could just build something simple and, well, ugly to breed frogs in, but I can't do that here. Actually, I've just thought of something very unnecessary, but I still feel the need to do it. I have two words for you. Frog submarine. You're welcome. Now, of course, this is going to be for our green frogs, so I need to go back up and get some tadpoles. Actually, I can get more tadpoles if I just go back to the swamp now that I think about it. I've been breeding white frogs, but we should now... Oh no. What the heck? I built you guys a nice froggy submarine, and this is the thanks that I get? Can't believe this. Oh well, I guess I'll just take these tadpoles somewhere even colder. To do that, I'm flying to the cherry grove that I found in like episode 2, because I remember seeing snow, and if there's snow, it's gotta be cold enough, right? Yes, here it is. I was worried because I didn't actually write down coordinates, so I was just going off of directions. But these tadpoles do not get a fancy house. In fact, they get a literal dirt hut. Oh, are we seriously surrounded by 100% powdered snow? Oh, I don't know why I had to test it like that. Anyways, let's keep building their lovely, lovely home. Okay, all of them have grown up. Whoa, hey, I didn't know that you get that advancement just by getting them one at a time. I thought it was all at once. I had a whole thing. Anyways, I brought quite a few tadpoles because I do not want to make this trip back with them more than once. This is what happens when you don't read the Minecraft wiki thoroughly. And after leading them back to the froggy home base, I've got all of the colors. So I think we have successfully brought the frog population back to this area, but the interior of this still needs some work. First, I'll collect some more bamboo that I can first make into planks, and then into some chiseled bookshelves. To fill these indents, I'll use some shelves and the bookshelves. An extra shelf up here, and some frog green candles. Now I think everything in here is all set, the frogs seem happy, and we've got some storage and decoration. But as for the outside, we have the grand staircase, but no real way to get to it easily, which I have run into painfully throughout this whole episode. To fix this, I'll collect all of the oak and spruce that I've got on me, which hopefully is enough, and I'll build a little dock for the front of this build. It's very small on both sides, I'm just going 3 in between the pillars, but it should be fine. Okay, that should work for a dock in front of the frog mansion. And one last thing I thought of while building was pitcher plants. I think that they would go well with the colors inside with the blue and the purple. I'll just place them all around here. Wonderful. Also maybe some mangrove in pots on the shelves because I realized that I didn't put anything on them. And finally some sugarcane outside for some life out here. With that, I think that we have done the frogs of Minecraft justice by bringing them back to our area after kind of pushing them out with civilization. They've got a lovely room in here with some pools and some plants, and the building itself is very extravagant for some frogs, but hopefully they like it. However, that is all the time that I've got for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.